Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, thank you so much for all those good vibes being sent my way for my interview I had this morning. I feel like it went pretty well. Obviously there are other candidates for this position, but yeah, felt pretty good about how it went today. So we'll see if I make it to the next round of interviews. I'm not fully sure how many rounds there are going to be, at the very least 2, but it does seem like it's going to take up some of this month. So we'll see what happens. Maybe even bleed into next month. Who knows? But anyway, again, thank you so much for all those good vibes being sent my way. Very much appreciate it. But yeah, today what we're gonna do is kind of what we've been doing. I've been doing a lot of prep for the for that interview. So it you know, what does that usually mean? If I got a lot going on, I'm doing random rankings. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, I want to know, how many people watched Speed for its 30th anniversary? We did, but we did it a day late. We did it a day late. But I'm just curious, it was a couple days ago. So what was that? Maybe 3 days ago was the anniversary. So yeah, we watched it 2 days ago. But anyway, how many people did that? Great film, great movie. But yeah, what am I here to do is to start a random ranking. Let's get to a random ranking. If this is your first time here, you're probably very confused about everything I'm talking about. In the previous video I mentioned that interview I had. So that's why that's coming up today. But anyway, what a random ranking is, that's when I go to my movie collection behind me and then pick out 3 movies at random. And then we rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with based on those films. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Let's get to picking some movies. Also, I'll dive into that comment section. I know lately I've just been a little bit late to the comments, but I'll get there. If you're waiting on a reply, I'll get there. Very, very sorry for those delays that have been going on. And that'll probably continue until that whole interview process is over. But anyway, yeah, let's go get to picking some movies. Also, I'm wearing a Dick Tracy hat. What if I pick Dick Tracy? That would be in the D's, which I believe are somewhere maybe in this section. So let's see if I just picked it. Oh, that's not very random. It's somewhat random, but maybe not a fully random because I was halfway seeking out the D section. But let's see what we got here. Yep. Oh, I haven't seen all of this, so I got to put this one away. Pride of the Yankees. I've seen clips from it. Obviously, it's very famous, but I haven't seen it in full. Nominated for Best Picture. So let's do whatever this movie is right here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so again, we're putting Pride of the Yankees, but I am curious if you've seen this film with Gary Cooper. Also, I know, yeah, I was going to say Babe Ruth is in it. Actual Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth! I thought you said the great Bambi, that wimpy deer, the great Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT, the King of Crash, man. Okay, so he's in this movie, but yeah, I want to know about the movie. What do you think of it? Is it something I need to be getting to right away or not? All right, let's get to these 3 films that I can rank, starting off with, let's start with this one here. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Now, this is my wife's film. She introduced this one to me. We have 4 different girls. They're like teenagers, I think, or they're in high school, I think, but it's like summer break, and they find this magic. This is about magic here. They find this pair of pants that somehow all 4 of them fit in. They're different heights, they're different body types. It doesn't make any sense for this one pair of pants to fit them all perfectly. So it's magic pants. We're dealing with magic jeans here. And each one of these girls are separating for the summer. They're besties, but they're separating for the summer, going off in these different directions. We have people like Amber Tamblyn, who is, I think, this one right here. I think she's married to David Cross, the comedian. She has to stay home, though. Everybody else is going on these adventures. She's staying home and has to work at like a Walmart, and then she befriends a little kid who has a terminal illness. And then we have America Ferrera right here. Her father is getting remarried, and it's to a woman who has children, and to her it feels like he's starting a whole new family without her, and that hurts a lot. And the guy who that is also the Weasel, the bad guy from Billy Madison. All right, next we have Alexis Bledel right here. You may know her from Gilmore Girls. She goes true to the homeland. She's from Greece. So she goes, is that right? I think it's Greece. And she goes to Greece to visit some distant relatives and spend the summer with them, where she meets a guy and almost drowns underwater when the pants get caught on something. And then we have Blake Lively, who you may know as Deadpool's wife. And she is going to a soccer camp where the coach she has a major crush on. So they're all going through these experiences, communicating with one another, becoming these new people, growing into their new selves as they are getting older, navigating teenage life and these separate experiences. But they're still able to come together as friends in the end and be there for one another. But I don't know. I kind of like it. I can't believe how much I remember from it. I can't believe all that was still in my head. I mean, I guess I like the movie. We use it a lot as a background movie, like when we're working from home. We'll have our laptops on our laptop, get it? And then we'll put on a movie, and sometimes this one is on quite a bit. Sometimes quite a bit. What? Okay, next we have Bernie. Now, this is a movie directed by the wonderful Stephen Linklater, who we know from stuff like The School of Rock and Boyhood. And then, what's that one he's most famous for? Slacker. But that other one he's most famous for. It's weird that I can't think of it. Dazed and Confused. That's the film. And he directed this, and I actually got to meet him during a screening of this movie. He was showing it to us. This is based on a true story about a guy who kills his, I can't remember if they were married or just sort of a couple or something. I can't remember if they actually went through with a marriage or not. But she's much older than him. This is Shirley MacLaine here. This is Jack Black, Matthew McConaughey. But the like real life situation, she's a lot older than him, and she's kind of a bully to him, and then he can't take it anymore, and then he kills her, and then this is sort of about that in the trial, I think, or something. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen it, but very good movie. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I had the chance to meet Stephen Linklater after the screening of it, and it was just awesome. Look, it said Dazed and Confused here the entire time. Let's see if I'm missing anyone else. I don't think so. Did I say Stephen Linklater? Because this says Richard. His name's Richard. Oh my gosh. And I know that. Stephen Linklater? I don't know why that popped into my head. Gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I almost feel like I should start this entire video over. Sorry. So sorry, Linklater. Richard Linklater. I almost called him David Linklater right there. Gosh, Richard Linklater. Sorry to everybody who was yelling at me as they were watching this. I know his name. I don't know what was going on with my brain. But anyway, I met Richard Linklater. Gosh. Okay. It's been a stressful couple of days for me. My brain is scrambled. But he was so cool. like I went up to go say hi and basically just, you know, asking for an autograph on my School of Rock DVD, and the DVD stunned him because he was like, "Oh, I've never seen this version before. What edition is this?" And I was like, "I picked it up at like a CVS, I think, or a Michael's craft store." And he's like, "Oh, I've never seen this one before." And you know, and then he just started, and then I was like, "Can I get a picture with you too?" And then for the picture, I went like this, you know, School of Rock, rock and roll. Ah. And then he's like, "Ah, yeah, you know that, you know the horns, you know what else that's used for?" And I was like, "Huh?" And I'm like blown away here because I'm thinking I'm just getting an autograph, a picture, and then out of here. But he's wanting to talk to me, so we're just having a conversation here, and I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be talking to him right now. He's too famous, he's too important, but he's wanting to spend time with me. And he starts talking about like one of the Texas colleges that does this, like the Longhorns, Texas Longhorns. And he's like talking about it, and then we're talking about uh, college mascots and stuff like that, and we're just like sitting there talking to one another, and I'm just like, why is this happening? I'm so nervous and scared. Why does he want to know me? It was just weird, you know? Like it felt like he wanted to get to know me, and I'm like, I'm a nobody. You are responsible for great canonized films in American cinematic history. Why are you interested in me? Like, I was so stunned, but he was like the coolest dude ever. And I feel so awful now for calling him Stephen and David Linklater when he's Richard. Sorry, bud. I feel like I can call him Buddy the way he was talking to me. He probably didn't remember me now, but gosh, what if he does? All right, so yeah, good film right here. Next we have is The New World. This is a very poetic piece because it is directed by Terrence Malick. Terrence Malick, very poetic director. I really like this movie. His best movies probably, I think everybody agrees, is, well, actually I don't know if everybody agrees, but Thin Red Line is great. I think a lot of people like that. A lot of people like Tree of Life. And then I feel like Tree of Life and everything earlier people are really into, but then, you know, as more recent stuff you don't hear much about. What is, like, something of, I can't even remember what they are. I know Christian Bale is in one, and then I don't know who else is in the rest, but you know, he went years and years with barely making any movies, and then he was like, blah, 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 movie. Yeah, this is good. The New World, so we're learning about John Rolfe, we're learning about Pocahontas, John Smith, all sorts of things going on. Christopher Plummer's in this movie. I remember, I think I've told this story before, but when I was in graduate school in my painting studio, there was like, our painting studios were like next to one another, but the walls didn't go to, like, to other graduate students, but the walls didn't go all the way up. And when I paint, I have a movie on in the background. And my studio mate, who's like, we had a wall, but again, it was open air over that. She loved that I played movies while I was painting, because she would listen to the movies while she was working on her work. She was a drawer and printmaker. And but she didn't like when I would play this movie, because I would play this movie sometimes because there's not enough dialogue, and she was just like, she was like, I can't take it. I can't take it. I don't know what's going on in the movie. And the dialogue is so minimal in it, she couldn't follow along. So she was like, don't do that one again. So I thought that was funny. But anyway, actually, I don't even think I've seen the extended cut. This is my wife's edition. Mine is the theatrical. We have mine in there also. But yeah, anyway, how are we going to rank these? Okay. I'm going to rank them. Okay, so I watched this one the most because, you know, my wife likes it and we use it as a background movie. But I'm not necessarily sure it's my favorite. I don't know, I feel weird though, because I do watch it a lot and clearly it's in my mind. You know, there are parts of me that want to put it up front, but I don't think I'm going to. Bernie's good, but I've only watched it the one time. I think I'm going to go with The New World. Also, Christopher Plummer, if I remember correctly, had a terrible time on this movie. It was either making it or watching it. He was like, what the heck? What are you doing? what kind of movie is this? But yeah, he was not very fond of either the experience or the final product. I can't remember. I don't know. I might put Bernie at the end. I honestly don't know. All of these could be number 1. All of these could be number 3. I'm just gonna do this. I don't know why. It's very tough. I think, you know, I do love The New World. It's beautiful to look at and all of that. So I'm gonna put that at number 1. And then I'm gonna go Traveling Pants at number 2, just because I watch it a lot and I feel like I know a lot about it. And then I'm gonna put Bernie at the end. I have that great Richard Linklater story about seeing that film, but I have only seen it the one time. I would like to get more familiar with it, so I'm going to go ahead and put that at number 3. Sorry, Richie. He probably doesn't like to go by Richie. I probably severed our relationship. I hope he'll still be my friend. But anyway, I'm going to go The New World, then Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and then Bernie, which I think needs a sequel. Learned a lot of cool stuff also about Bernie when I was talking to him, like the real one, and he was like giving away some like details that I don't think he was supposed to give away, and he was saying, he's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this right now, like legal stuff. Ooh, I probably shouldn't be saying it either. I'm just kidding. He didn't say any of that. I'm just being a prankster here. But anyway, one more time. The New World, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and then Bernie. My question to you is, have you seen these films, these 3 right here? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all 3, I'd love to know how you'd rank them. Let me know in the comments below. And perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.